Hello everybody, this is Hockey Pones, and I just wanted to make a brief comment about this video. I wanted to apologize ahead of time for the lousy resolution. Unfortunately, that's just how a lot of Kingston's games came out. I tried the best I could to polish the turd, but in the end, it is still a turd. So I hope you enjoyed nonetheless, and I apologize for the bad video, but I hope you enjoy. Thank you so much for watching.
Not enough pressure. It saw Peterborough play Erie on Thursday night. They pressured the puck. Peterborough pressured the puck all night.
As it tipped in, it's all about as Crouse goes to the net, goes back of the goal, forced out far side. Talk about pressure in the puck, and you can't allow the team to build momentum coming through the neutral zone.
No.
And once you do that, if they're good enough, they'll break through the trap.
And Erie,
they got talent.
A couple guys can skate.
Crouse sprinting around, feeds it over far side. Shot coming up from Parika. Save made! And quickly scooped up on the rebound. Dupree pounced on it. Off the face-off, steered towards the net. Save made, kicked into the far boards, rolls all the way to the blue line and out. Now it's Hodgson. Chasing it down in the corner. He's got one man in front in Lindbergh. Lindbergh back of the net, trying to dig it loose. Crouse coming away with it. Had it knocked off his stick. And now steered back in by Hodgson. Rolls all the way to the near side. Shoot waiting for it. It's going to be Parika punching it to the line in the front. Get it to center. Spinozzi quickly steers it back the other way. Kirok watches it go into the corner. Hudson bumps shoulders with his man. Kirok gets it. He's got Lindbergh in front. Looking for the wraparound. Shot in the backhand. Save made. Down low. Coming in tight again. Kirok with a shot. Save made. Once again by Lucas Parasini.
He just hurt his knee on that last, finishing off that last check.
Spinozzi now in the corner. La Jeunesse can't get to it. France have it. Steer it to some open ice. A little too far for shoot. Poked away from him. Renault dumps it in. La Jeunesse. And Renault. They can't keep it in. Comes out to the far side. Josh DeFarius. DeFarius to center. Renault scoops it in. Takes a hit from Sam Shoot. Back the net. Parasini sends it against the green. Off the boards by McInerney to the blue line. Shoot with the brakes on. Trying to center it. Hit Crouse on the back end but missed. Slapped off the boards by the Sting. That'll go down for icing.
In power play, Sarnia is ranked 10th in their penalty kill. Kevin Spinozzi, a Kingston boy.
There are a few family and friends here tonight cheering for the opposition. Grudgingly, I'm sure. That comes into the corner. Frank's trying to set up, and the Sting quickly steered all the way down the ice. Specialty teams playing a factor for the Frontenacs, and the difference between the Frontenacs being an 8th and I'm saying as high as 5th, coach, dare I say specialty teams?
Yeah, special teams are you know, that's where they've struggled this year.
Off the face-off, into the corner, shoot. Back to the blue line, knocked by the France, and now out come the Sting. La Jeunesse in over the line. Nikandrov with a shot on goal, steered into the corner. 5 seconds, and we'll be back to 5 aside. 9:15 to go in this scoreless opening period. 4. Watches shoot, chase it down into the corner. Feeds it over to the far side. And out come the Frontenacs trying to get something going. Crouse back to the blue line. Kept in just at the line. No! McInerney thought he kept it in, but it was just offside. Opportunity for Sarnia. La Jeunesse skates it down low, plays it back to Nikandrov at point. Feeds it over right side for King. Nikandrov with a shot blocked partially. Rolls to La Jeunesse. Feeds it back over to the point to King. Far side, centering feed through the slot. Costello with that shot went wide. Nikandrov hesitated, put the brakes on and steers it down low. France get it. Pushing it to the boards. Duchesne couldn't get it any further. Nikandrov back over to King. Jeff King taking a look. Down into the half boards. Back to the blue line. Nikandrov taking a look. Shot. Looking for a redirect. And it's thrown into the far corner. On that is Stephen Pierrot. Gets tied up by Lamico, but got a stick free. Worked it into the corner. La Jeunesse gets all tied up. Excellent power play by the Sting. All the pressure inside the Kingston zone. But only one shot so far. Crouse with a man on him. Got it to the blue line. Nikandrov feeds it over. Far side. King went for the pass. Instead of the shot, it was blocked. Costello now high in the slot. Shot. Loose pucks out of the net. Duchesne to the line, but not out. Another shot on goal. Blocked into the near side board. Scooped up by Lamico. Lamico sends it around the glass. It bounces. Still kept in by the Sting. A minute 15 of power play pressure, all inside the Kingston zone. Back over to King, far side. Kirok, back of the goal. Looking for centering feed. Shot and a save made by Parasini. Off the face-off. Still in some feet. Finally, the France able to get it. Play back to the point. McEnany will step in. A one shot through traffic. Rebound. Loose puck jammed away. Picked up by the Sting. Coming out with it now is King. Feeding it over to Brown. Kicks it ahead to his stick. Brown trying to shovel it towards the goal. Goes back of the net. Duchesne tied up with his number 4 counterpart King. And the Fronts are able to come away with it. A little too far for Shoot to go after. Defarius sends it around to the near boards. Greeting it is Lamico. Throws it into the corner for Shoot. He's got Crouse in front. Can't get a one-timer off. His stick was tied up nicely by King. Good defense by King prevented that opportunity.
Absolutely, because that was a great look by Sam Shoot to get that puck to Lawson Crouse.
Costello with a shot off a stick into the end boards. Nick Androff. Wrap around. Easy save made. Loose puck. Scooped ahead and the Fronts come away with it. Out comes Crouse. He'll peel off it and changes. He dished off to McGlynn. Stays in the circle. Picked up by the Frontenacs. Crouse. La Jeunesse took it away from him and has it. La Jeunesse back to the blue line. Shot by Core through traffic. Tip just wide. King plays it off the board. Steps into one. Another save by Parasini.
At home answering that question right now, David.
Well, we can't hear them. Not right now, anyway. Costello taking a look, feeding it over 3-on-2 for the Sting. Brown in over the line, drop feed broken up. Oh, Duchesne overskated it. Good thing Crouse was coming back. He scooped it right into the neutral zone. Crouse now will stick handle it in over the line. Goes wide. Crouse cut into the corner. A little hooked up by King. King right on the puck, getting away from Crouse. Franz getting some pressure going. Coming up, Lamico with a shot and a save made by Dupuy. 17-11 for the Sting. Once again, Lucas Parasini coming up big when his team needs him most.
That's been the story all year.
Bouncing puck. You had to pick a team MVP. I'm pretty sure we know who it's going to be. Finally, the Fronts working into the corner, and that does it for the period. We got pushing and shoving at the whistle.
Off that wing with such great speed.
Crouse tried to go inside out on his man. That didn't work. Coming away with it, Nikita Costello. He had it taken away, and now Duchesne. Off a stick, brought inside by Crouse. Fed over to Lamico. Lamico in for Crouse. Short pass. It got broken up, steered the other way from the blue line. Kept in by McEwen. Crouse centering to McGlynn and went off his skate into the near corner. Defarius bumps his man. Loose puck picked up by Crouse. Spinozzi watching him. Crouse along the boards leaves it over for McGlynn. He'll pick it up. McGlynn taking a look. Works it down low for Lamico. You hold Lamico. With one man watching him and Defarius. Good cycle going by the Fronts. Finally bouncing puck knocked away, but McGlynn right back on it. Poked over to the near side. Spinozzi to the blue line. By Duchesne trying to make it 2-on-1. McAndroff shot scores! Broken play as he tried to give it over to Brown. Off the face-off now. Puck thrown over for King inside his own zone. Long lead feed misses everybody. That goes for icing. The Sting were getting a late change. And
the PA guy, he doesn't announce the away goals all that loudly, so it's very hard to hear.
It's the Los Angeles Angels when the visiting team hits a home run. You just sound like you want to go get milk at the grocery store. A shot goes over to Parasini. Just they sound so. If Hodgson did indeed get a piece of it, or was knocked into the net by Parasini. In over the line, Franz coming back, looking for the equalizer. Shot by McGlynn, save made, rebound, poked away. Bounces over McGlynn's stick. Duchesne can't keep it in. He'll race back, just dump it back. Franz got to clear, they do. And Crouse on the forecheck bumps his man. Puck given up to Lamico in front, walks in. He got knocked down, but he got the shot away. Lamico read that play nicely. Finally, the Sting working out to center. Steered back in by the Fronts off the glass. Kingston actually has shooting Sarnia 5-3 in the period. The Sting have the only 2 goals of this frame and lead 2-1. A little over 4 minutes gone in the second. Crouse along the boards. Core on him. Crouse gets away from him. Picked up by Costello, and he had it taken away by Dorval. And Crouse forcing his way in. We got a scrap coming away from the Sting. Shot on goal. Loose in front. They came away. They score! Lamico ties the game at 2. Hodgson back the other way over the line. Swept away by Duchesne. McEwen helping him out. Takes a hit, but got it up the boards to Crouse. Crouse tips it. It's knocked down. Trying to hold it in deep is Pierrog. He gets hit to the ice. No call. Off the face-off. Puck pushed into the corner. Sent around the boards by La Jeunesse. Franz get it though. Send it to the other side of center, but quickly La Jeunesse picks it back up, comes in with it. Sting trying to set something up. Bushnell going to the net. It's taken away by Lamico. Lamico in the corner, goes back to the net for a little bit of refuge, comes out near side. Here comes Lamico. Long lead feed, missed Karen with it, and it goes for icing. King spins away and comes up through the middle. Off the skates of Lindbergh's got to get behind Graves. The corner, Parasini will play it. Over for Graves. He gets tied up by Pierrog, jamming his way in there. Got in the way of the puck, making its way to high in the zone. Now it finally does. Out come the Frontenacs. In over the line is Lamico. Goes by looking for separation. Defarius watching him. Lamico walks out front. The forward just kind of watching him. That was Lindbergh. Pelletier shot towards the goal, knocked down. Bouncing puck pushed to the blue line. Pelletier's got a backpedal. Here comes Hodgson. Hodgson trying to go inside out. Drop for Pierrog. Down low for Hodgson. Looking to center it. Broken up side of the net. Back behind the goalie. Covered up by Parasini, and he holds on. Looked like he was going to lose it. And then it was pushed over by Shoot.
They did a great job of regaining control of the puck.
Off the boards, out to center. All the way to the Sarnia line and rebounded back out. Picked up by Duchesne. They'll backhand it right in on goal. Dupuis stops it, leaves it side of the net. France actually out shooting this thing now. The puck's knocked off the glass. 23-21. 12-4 in this period. Reverse from the first period when it was 15-4 at one point for Sarnia. Long feed tipped by McGlynn. Keep the icing away. Back of the net, Dupuis will bring it over near side for Spinozzi. Centering feed knocked down by the Frontenacs. Nice pass back over to Crouse. Shot. Glove save made. McGlynn had to make. He had no option but that behind the back pass. Wow, one by the Sting. Core feeding it over to King. Korstelev gets it ahead. Nikandrov drop feed between his legs for Korstelev. Tried to bull his way to the net. He was denied. Duchesne long lead feed over everybody. Picked off by the secondary safety, King. That's what that pass looked like. King walking in, centering feed through the lip of the crease. Nobody there, so the Fronts pick it up, get it to the blue line and out. Dumped back in with this thing, they clear. So they'll go on the offensive again. To apologize for the football references, being tomorrow is Super Bowl Sunday. That's what that play looked like, though. The pass looked like a let's throw it up and see what happens. Here comes Lamico now. Stay took a bump, didn't like it from Korstelev. Lamico pushed off the puck. King now taking a look. Off the boards. Friday and Monday.
Yeah.
That's right. It's almost like a playoff stretch. But three different teams. Peterborough, Oshawa, and Ottawa. Back the other way, McGlynn tried to go inside out right to Dupuis, and he covers up. McGlynn barreling his way to the net. Farias throws it around for Brown. Back over to King. He'll give a head fake, skate by. Almost lost the puck, got it right back. Up for Josh DeFarius off the glass. All the way into the Kingston zone, back out in the neutral zone. Crouse pushes it ahead. Hand pass. Thought I might have been the only one that saw that. Down the corner. Estella getting it over to Brown. Brown up ahead to Nikandrov. Punches it into the corner. Gets around Duchesne. Nikandrov taking a look. Estella back with him, but the Front's able to pick up the puck high in the zone. Get it out to center. Here comes McGlynn. Forced to the side. Able to chip it into the corner behind the goal. Out of the near side. Up around the boards. To the line, but not out. Second effort by the Sting. Get it out to center. Korstelev tried to split the D. Knocks down two of them, and it rolls right to Parasini, and he holds on. And again, turned it around in the first place. His mate's changing. He went over to pick it up. Nikandrov gets it ahead. Korstelev punches it in and chases it down. Parasini steers it away from him. Up the boards. Frantz taking a hack at it. Lamico to the blue line. Out comes Kingston. Even man rush. In over the lines. Crouse trying to go wide. Gets a shot. Hit the post. Second post by the Fronts tonight. Here comes Brown over the line. Nikandrov thought he held off, but didn't, and it's offside. Pushed out to center. Knocked down by McGlynn. In over the line. It's onside, but the Sting take hold of the bouncing puck. Lamico took a swipe at it. Korstelev back into his own zone. Alex Black taking a look off a stick. Rolls to McGlynn. Spins away from the forecheck, and McGlynn from center dumps it in and goes off on a change. Up ahead along the near boards for Lamico. Lamico in over the line. Cuts to the middle. Tried to drag the puck. Couldn't knock down by McGlynn. McGlynn in front shot. Crouse scores! McGlynn tried to shoot and saw Crouse in the last second. And he scores to give the Fronts a 2-goal lead. Fronts with a 2-goal cushion now. 5.5 gone in this third period. Kingston in over the line, sending it into the corner. Do they get a little more defensive, or they stay pretty aggressive? Frontenacs.
Oh, you just keep going. Once you start playing defensively, you're going to give up a goal.
When you make mistakes, pick up Crouse. Bouncing puck knocked off his stick. He rolled out of the corner with it. Goes to the Kingston line. Coming out to help is Pericini, getting a stick on it. Kostelov in front, poking. The puck was Pericini, and out come the fronts the other way. Getting away, allowing his mates time to change Crouse. Hitting a man at center. Score. Off the boards to the neutral zone. Over for Brown. It's knocked away from him. Kostelov couldn't bring it in. It would have been offside. They came down inside the blue line. Kostelov missed his mark, but Nikandrov picks it up off the boards. Got Parika watching him. Rubs shoulders with him. Nikandrov trying to work a little zigzag motion with Parika. Nikandrov shovels it back to the point. King squeezing in. Got a shot off. Brown leaves it. Good pressure by the Sting right now. In front. Picked up by the Franz. Over to McGlynn. Tipped it out to Crouse. Crouse in over the line. It's picked off. And back the other way comes Brown. Fresh D for the Frontenacs. Brown over for Nikandrov. Tried to get around to McEwen. Goes into the end boards. Crouse is there. Pokes a boost. Brown right on it. Centering feed. Pericini sends it back from where it came. Duchesne has it. He'll work it around the boards to the near point. Picked up by McGlynn. He'll take a look. Long feed. Tipped into the Kingston bench and out of play.
Yeah, they like the Frontenacs are being decimated by injuries.
Even more so tonight, losing, like you said, 2 more, and they already had a couple of key components out. Spinozzi off the glass. Goes by everybody and down the ice. This will go for icing with 9 minutes exactly, rather, to play in this third period. Kid had a pretty good junior career himself.
Nedved had a good junior and a great NHL career.
International, too.
Yeah.
Played for Team Canada for a while.
Forever.
Played for
100 years old now, I think.
He's still my age.
Say, yeah, exactly.
Dumped into the corner. Speaking of still playing at my age, Trevor Yager's my age. There's too many 40-somethings in the NHL still making an impact. Talk about talents. Here comes McGlynn going wide. Getting a backhand shot. Scores! Connor McGlynn finding a hole from a bad angle. McEwen over for McInerney. Long feed. McGlynn tips it in and he'll chase it down. Back of the net is Dupuis. Sends it around the boards. Tipped to the half boards. Franz can't keep it in. Rolls out to center. Quickly steered back in. McGlynn in over the line. Setting it up in tight to Crouse. Forced into the corner. Crouse is there. He loses the puck as it was knocked off his stick. Now it's a center. Duchesne corrals it. Copped it up to King. Works it in over the line. High in the zone now. Kostelov takes the shot. Tries to work it in. It does. Looking for the short side shot. And it was denied. Franz pushed the puck into the corner now. Sting trying to get something going as they trail by 3. 5.5 to go. Kostelov with a shot as he got knocked down. Wide. Goes into the corner. King. Long shot, but hits a couple of butts in front, never gets there. Now a shot and a save made by Pericini.
Home to Sarnia tonight.
It's a long ride home anyway. He's made it that much longer. Sarnia, of course, the farthest western point of the province from here.
Yeah.
Got to go a little north, too. It's a little bit farther in Windsor because you got to go up.
A little bit of 5-movie trip.
Shot is wide. On the near side. Hopefully Mother Nature cooperates on the ride home for them.
Yeah.
Chipped in by the Sting. Back to get it is McEwen. McEwen with a man on him. Nikandrov. Now Lamico bowled his way in there. Took the puck and dishes it up the boards on the left side. Out come the Frontenacs. Under 3 to go now. McGlynn couldn't get it to Crouse within his skates. Now it's thrown in back of the net. Spinning around is Spinozzi. He'll pick it up. Crouse, the only forechecking Frontenac. Skates away and goes off on a change. With Peterborough, but Kingston win, Peterborough loss, gives France still with a game in hand and a 2-point lead. And it puts them tied with Mississauga. 4 games in hand on Mississauga, one of them coming tonight.
Yeah, Mississauga, another team like the Frontenacs, just sort of struggling the last 15 to 18 games or so.
45 said the power play will last if they don't score. Loose puck comes to the near side. McGlynn and Crouse with 3 points each, and the Fronts are up 5-2. Poked over Spinozzi, trying to get it over to La Jeunesse. Can't. Crouse knocks it down at center. That's going to be a hand pass.